The studio now, we're going to talk about some great kids' books for Halloween or really any time of the year. Jenny Arnold is here from Barnes & Noble. Great to see you, Jenny.
It's great to be here. Thanks.
I'm always looking forward to what Jenny brings along because my kids like to read like me, and when they finish a book, they're on to the next one. You know, what's another good book? So tell me about some of the ones you brought today.
Sure thing. This one here is The Graveyard Book. It's by Neil Gaiman, who's a popular both adult and children's author. And this is the latest Newbery winner, a very good story. I enjoyed it even as an adult. So the main character, when he's a baby, his family is killed, and he escapes to a graveyard. It's not a very scary thing in the story. You know, you don't need to worry about that piece for kids.
Okay.
He's raised then by two ghosts, and he's got a vampire who's his guardian. But the people who are after his family are still after him. So it's kind of a twist. The scary things in his world aren't the ghosts and the goblins and the vampires. The scary things in his world are the live people. But he himself is alive too. So it's a very fun story and a different twist on the whole ghost theme.
Sounds really good. Age for that?
All these books here would be appropriate for about 8 through 12, a little younger, a little older, depending on your child's interest and reading level.
And you know, I'm always, instead of candy, I try and give my kids a book for Halloween or something, or for that special neighborhood, because I get enough candy.
Exactly, and it's a great idea.
Yeah.
This one here is another really fun one. This is The Kingdom Keepers by Ridley Pearson. It's Disney After Dark. Great for anyone who's been to Disney, wants to go to Disney. The park comes alive after dark, after it closes. So the characters come to life, the rides come to life, and some of the villains, the Disney villains, are trying to take over the park, make it their own.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, so the kids have to save Disney. So fun if you've been there, fun if you haven't been there. A really fun one. This one's slightly different. Susan Bartolotti has written this one. It's called The Boy Who Dared. This one is based on a true story. It's still a novel, but it's set during World War II, and there's a boy whose stepfather is a Nazi, and this boy just doesn't really believe in what's happening, what's going on, and he gets a hold of a radio that is broadcasting British news, other news, and decides, you know what, maybe my country, the German country, is lying to me, and maybe people need to know that. And so he starts distributing pamphlets telling people what's really going on, and he is caught and sentenced to death. And so this is a story great for kids to be able to get that feel of history, get the feel of what's going on in the world. This takes his last day in the jail, and it's very well done, and really a story with substance.
Wow, that sounds great. I know some of these kids' books, like you say, they're great for adults too.
They sure are. This one here, School of Fear, great for Halloween, but again, anytime. In this one, there are 4 children who all have phobias, and one of them is afraid of bugs, and one of them is afraid of small spaces, and they're sent to this School of Fear over the summer. It's this very secretive school where kids are made to confront their fears so they can get over them. But something unexpected happens at the school, and they find they really are going to need to face their fears head on, or they're not going to make it out. So it's a great spooky story, but also a great way, if you have kids who have fears, to see you can overcome them.
That sounds like a good one. What about this one?
This one is called Talons, Explosive Tales for Children. It's by Conna Golden. And this is a really fun one. Talons are kind of fairy-like creatures, but they're bigger and hardier and a little bit nastier than fairies. And it takes 3 separate stories in here about their world and their life. So in one of them, humans come along and are inventing fireworks, and they decide the best ingredient to make fireworks fly up in the sky is to use the talons inside of them. So these poor guys are trying to save themselves from being burned up in fireworks. So there are just really fun, creative stories and really fun new creatures, but you know, similar to fairies, so things that kids know and like.
Last but not least
is by Margaret Peterson Haddix. This is a new series called The Missing, and this is book 1 in the series called Found. And there are some children in here who are adopted. They've always known they've been adopted, but they come to find out they start getting strange messages, try to figure out what's going on, and they realize that they're part of a group of people called the Missing, who at some point in the future were experimenting with time travel and didn't really realize the full implications of what would happen. And these people went missing and have come back to different times. They don't know who they are. They're trying to solve the mystery of who am I, what has happened in my future.
Great. And you know, I know my kids love series, so this is book 1, and then
there are more in the
series.
Exactly.
Right. Jenny, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
And all the books that we mentioned today are on our website, so if you didn't get a chance to jot them on, head to fox11online.com, click on the Living tab, and the list will be there. And then don't forget to read along with us. Our book club book is supposed to be a great one. I'm excited about it.
It is good.
The Help.
Yes.
H-E-L-P, The Help, by Catherine Stockton. So go get it today.
And that's another wonderful read.
All right.